Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 saw Jamie and Claire sit together under a starry sky, but these sepia-tone scenes didn't seem to fit together with everything else going on. This episode of the Starz fantasy series featured the Battle of Monmouth, which turned out to be devastating for Jamie and Claire. During the build-up, it became clear to this couple that something was different about the coming battle. They had faced the British before to devastating results, but some other kind of doom was coming for them. However, Jamie and Claire didn't discuss this in real time. As Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, written in my own heart's blood, saw Jamie and Claire prepare for the battle, Jamie as a brigadier general and Claire as a medic, the various scenes would suddenly shift to show the pair sitting together by a campfire beneath a bewildering night sky. These periodic sepia-tone scenes were a peaceful break from the chaos and preparation for battle. Still, it's unclear when or where Jamie and Claire are as they talk about the terror that is to come. The Outlander episode didn't come with a clear answer, but there are clues. Claire imagines she and Jamie together under a starry sky. Claire and Jamie's sepia-toned moments aren't quite real. Jamie and Claire in sepia in Outlander. There was no time to escape together for a quick night of camping while Jamie and Claire prepared for the Battle of Monmouth. Jamie made it clear that he couldn't leave when he sent Lord John to save William. He wouldn't abandon his battalion before the battle. Their tent under the stars isn't where they were sleeping the night before the Battle of Monmouth, since we see them together at the Continental Camp, surrounded by other preparing soldiers. Still, Jamie and Claire are clearly talking about the coming battle during these sepia scenes in Outlander, so the moment isn't set in the past. The fact that these intimate moments between Jamie and Claire in Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, are filmed so differently than the rest of the episode, with the sepia coloring, implies that they aren't really happening. Add in the impossibly clear night sky, and it quickly becomes apparent after a few such moments that Claire is having these conversations in her head. She is, in a sense, imagining peaceful nights with Jamie before their world is torn apart. Still, this doesn't necessarily mean Jamie and Claire's chat didn't happen. Rather, these scenes weren't taking place in the physical world. This Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 scene proves Claire and Jamie are never really apart. These star-crossed lovers are bonded, regardless of their fate. The sepia-tone scenes in Outlander's Season 7 semi-finale are meant to demonstrate how profoundly connected Claire and Jamie are. The anxieties that Claire shared with her husband as they sat by the fire were real, and the words of comfort he returned to her were as well. While the two were bustling around the Continental Camp preparing for battle, they found refuge with one another in a different sort of place. It's a realm that connects them when they are separated, which, in Outlander, happens far too often. Even when Claire is dying, their conversation here continues. In the physical world, Jamie sat by Claire's side and demanded that God let her live. However, this Outlander episode promptly returned to Jamie and Claire's peaceful scene together. Claire commented that the stars were slowly burning out according to the second law of thermodynamics. However, Jamie commented that men can make all the laws they like, but he does not believe the stars will burn out. His final line to Claire by their campfire before the episode ends is, "The stars will not burn out, and nor will we." Even if Claire dies of her wound in Outlander, they will remain in this place together. Outlander Season 7 explores the space between from Diana Gabaldon's books. The Outlander books outline this intimate bond. Jamie kissing Claire's hand next to Claire leaning against Jamie's shoulder in Outlander custom image by Yaelin Chacon. Outlander author Diana Gabaldon has expanded her book series into several spin-off novellas, one of which is called The Space Between. While this novel doesn't explore a starry realm in which Claire and Jamie can be together forever, it does make reference to the space between those with a profound connection. When they are separated, the distance between them can do nothing to sever their bond. The connection here keeps them linked and provides them safety and home even as the world falls to pieces around them. The Outlander series has provided a more literal exploration of this space. Jamie and Claire have been separated dozens of times. They weren't even born in the same century and have, therefore, spent significant chunks of their lives in a world where their soulmate doesn't exist. However, the space between them has continued to keep them bonded. When Claire returned to the 20th century to raise Brianna, Jamie was still on her heart and mind, because they were linked. It's both interesting and comforting to see a representation of this connection on screen in Outlander Season 7, especially since Jamie and Claire's story will soon come to an end with Season 8. Jamie's words in Outlander's Space Between explained. Jamie tells Claire they will never burn out. A starry sky in Outlander. When Jamie said that the stars wouldn't burn out, he wasn't saying that Claire was wrong about the second law of thermodynamics. Stars are indeed burning out every moment. However, in that magical place between where they were safe and happy together, the stars would never burn out. Similarly, this is a place where they would always be together. Claire or Jamie will die someday, whether during the Revolutionary War or not. However, these star-crossed lovers will never actually be apart. This space between them keeps them together forever, whether life or time separates them. The final shot of Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, was the image of Claire and Jamie's glittering night sky. The brightest star began to flicker, but it continued to burn as the sky itself faded away into the credits. Of course, Claire will keep burning, too. The fact that there is still another reason for Outlander proves as much. Still, the ever-burning star means more than the simple truth that Claire will survive. It's further confirmation that Jamie's words in the space between is entirely correct. Anything could happen going forward in Outlander, but it's a fact that Jamie and Claire's bond will continue in this place between regardless.